What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for watching. Me and Dad are out at a very secret lake. Nobody knows about it except me and Dad and the people that are over there. It's a lake that I've never... Dad fished this lake on opening day of fishing season this year, and didn't really catch... Did you catch a fish? One little one. Tiny.
One fry.
Caught one little minnow. But this lake's supposed to have big trout, like 4 or 5 pound trout, and then at your average 12, 14 inches or whatever too. But it has bass and all things, but just like a small lake or a pond, really. There is a boat launch and stuff, but for the most part, there's a lot of shore access. So we're just fishing from the shore because this video is not only going to be a fishing video, we're actually going to go up to the mountains as well. There's some woods that we hunt not far from here, probably, I really don't know the distance, 5-10 miles from here. So we're gonna go up there after we fish for a little bit. We're gonna set up a trail camera and just scout for deer and elk, see if we can't find some. It should be a fun video, fishing and scouting and setting up a trail camera. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna fish. Before we get all the way into fishing, let's read you guys the verse of the day. All right, so today's verse comes from Joshua chapter 1 verse 9. It says, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." I'll read it one more time for you guys. This is Joshua chapter 1 verse 9. It says, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." God, just thank you for this day and this just time I get to spend with my dad and the time we get to spend on the water, the time we're going to be in the woods. I just ask that you would bless us, keep us safe, watch over us. I pray for anyone, God, that doesn't know you, Lord. I just pray that they come to know you through these Bible readings, and anyone who already knows you, God, they just will come to know you better. I love you. Thank you for everything you've given me, everything you've done in my life. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Hopefully, we can catch a fish. Oh, we're getting a bite. We're getting a bite.
Hold on, there it goes. Wait.
Come on, baby. Get it. Don't mess this up.
Don't mess it up.
Just kidding.
Come on,
Hopefully it's a 4 pounder.
Eat it. Eat it.
Wow.
Let's see if it comes back.
Nothing.
Nothing. But it did. It went.
Oh, I believe you. It was for real, not fake. Good. Getting a little bite, guys. Playing with it. I see it.
Come on.
Missed him.
It's okay. Let him come back. Is he still there?
Yep.
Let him swallow that sucker.
Come on.
You know, I'm thinking maybe they're little ones.
They're like lightly playing with it. Like he hit it hard once, but
Might be one of those little tiny ones I caught here. They're like 3 inches long.
3 inches.
They're like, okay.
I'm gonna recap.
We're getting teased. There you go.
But we got 2 bites so far. Dad got one right when we got here, and I got that one. But it's like light. They're kind of playing. It's finicky. It's weird. Weird how they're doing it. All right, well, this spot's really not panning out too well. We got a couple bites. We've been fishing here for like, I don't know, 45 minutes probably. Got the 2 little bites. There's a spot just like right around this corner. We'll go over there, see if that does us any better. Well, we had a hit, and then as soon as I turned this camera on, it stopped. All right, guys, moving spots. That spot, like, as soon as we got there, I got a bite. And that was it. We fished there for like an hour, probably an hour and a half. Nothing. So that's 2 spots on this little lake that we have fished. And we got like 3. Dad got 1 bite, I've got 2. That's it. Nothing's really working. So we're moving spots again. See if we can't find a spot that works. So that's what we're doing. The wind is really windy today. Really windy wind. That might be part of it. It's also midday. It's like, we got here at like 12:30, 12:45, something like that. It's like 2:30 now. 2:45, something like that. So we've been here for a minute, but it's, you know, it's also like I said, midday. So that's a tough time of the day to catch them, especially when it's hot out. All right, well, we're in our new spot. Got Dad over here.
Got shade.
Got a nice shady spot here. It's over there. We decided to go closer to the launch just because, well, we figured, well, that's where they dump the fish in, because when they stock this lake, it's at the launch. Let's try by the launch where they put them in at. Man, this wind is nuts. It is crazy how windy it is out here. I think it was about a week ago, a week and a half ago, something like that. They put 1,000 trout in this lake, or 1,100, something like that. We're struggling. Oh man, I really do think it has to do with the time of day, though. I just think it's hot. Dad went and got snacks. Look at that. Oh yeah, ice and crackers and meat.
Meat and crackers.
Snack time. If you can't catch fish, you might as well eat some snacks, right? All right, guys. Well, we are moving again. This lake is no good. Not what we thought. Thought we'd be able to get a few. Weren't able to. There's a couple other, they're actually like ponds nearby. I don't know, probably 10 miles up the road or so. We got a hike to them. Not crazy, but a little bit of a hike to them. I'm gonna try those. Probably only fish for maybe another hour or so, and then we're gonna go up into the woods and look for animals and set a trail cam. All right, guys. Another adventure, new spot. Like I said, we're moving on. Little pond. We're coming up on it now. It's right in front of us there. I don't know if there's any fish in this pond. I have no idea. But we're gonna find out. Looks like people fish it because there's a couple spots. Oh, there's an island in the middle. Check that out. There's an island out there. Oh, look at all those fish right there. Holy moly.
There's fish in front of us.
Look at all those bluegill. Holy moly. Check this out, guys. There's a bunch of bluegill right here.
Let's see if they'll take it.
Yep, there's fish. That answers the question of, are there fish in here? Oh yeah, there you go. You got him. Got one!
Got one.
Hey! No skunk!
We got a fish today.
We got a fish, bluegill.
Dang. That's the way it should be.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. You can probably catch every one of those things.
Pretty cool.
They're little, but hey, you got one.
Get one over there.
See ya.
Get another one.
Oh, look at him attack it. You got him. Oh, he came off.
My word. But they are aggressive.
That's cool. Got another one. I was putting stuff down. Check that out. Little sunfish.
Yeah.
Nice. Look at them, man. They don't even.
Just everywhere.
They just don't even. I just can't. We're like right next to them and they don't care. Cool. Bring them in. That's a little bit better one. Still not great. But if you were trying to survive, you could keep it. Got him. Oh, missed him. Got him. No skunk for me, guys. Jumbo. I think this is, let's see, bluegill or sunfish? Sunfish. Check that out. Just a little guy. But it's still fun catching something rather than nothing. Man, there's got to be 50 fish right there. Got one, huh?
Got one by the logs over there.
Nice. Got a log bluegill. Job.
Yeah. They're in here.
Well, if you want to catch bluegill, panfish, this is the spot to do it. Check this out. Like a little bullhead fish. There's a little tiny thing. Can't get much bigger than that. Well, I know there's at least 2 different types of fish in this pond. These little mullet, or I don't know what that is, but these little guys and bluegill. I know those live in here. All right, guys. Well, our pond produced bluegill and one little bullhead, I don't know, bottom type fish. I don't know what it was. That's what we got at the pond. We at least didn't get skunked. We didn't fish this for even that long. I mean, as soon as we got here, we could have caught these little guys that are in the water just all day, but it was like after you catch like 5 of them, you're like, all right, let's see if there's anything bigger. So we were trying for bigger stuff. It's pretty much seemed to be just bluegill, and that's about all we caught, but I'm sure there's other fish in here. Now we're gonna go up to the woods, set a trail camera, and then see if we can't find some animals. All right, guys, we are in the woods, and we're gonna hike down these woods here, put up a camera, see if we can't find a nice spot and set one up. Basically, when I set up a camera, one of the things I like to look for is like game trails that like intersect each other. So if you can get like 2 or 3, if you can find a spot where 2 or 3 game trails kind of come together, that's a really good spot to put a trail cam. So that's kind of what I'm going to look for. I don't know if I'll find one. If I can't find that, I'm just going to look for a well-used game trail and put it off that. See what we can find. Oh yeah. A little thick at first, but it'll work. Alright guys, well, we didn't find any spots where the trail intersects, but we found, as we were coming through, we got on a good game trail, and can't really see because the sunlight's hitting, but, well, kinda. Where that sunlight's hitting, that's a nice trail that goes, let's see if we can, goes up that way. We're gonna set up, there's a tree right behind, right here by Dad. This tree right here, we'll put the camera on that. The sun is going what? Like north is this way towards me, right?
Yep.
And when you set a trail cam up, they say best is to have the sun behind it, because if the sun, so basically how the camera is set up now, the sun is behind the camera looking this way, and if the sun is shining into the lens of the camera, of the trail cam, what was that?
Something down there.
You heard that, huh?
Oh yeah, something down there.
We're hearing animals, guys. Just heard a bunch of branches break. It's like right down in here. That was weird. This is like talking to you guys, and then it's like I hear this. Something like took off down there. Trying to use like a fawn in distress call or whatever, just to see, like this time of year, because we're in the spring, and deer. If it was a deer, like a doe, a lot of times a doe, this time of year when they have their fawns and stuff, they're very aggressive. So when you use like a fawn in distress call, they'll come in to investigate. So that's what I was trying to do, and that's what Dad's doing, is just trying to fawn call just to see if see if it was a deer. I tried elk calling a little bit just to see if I can maybe get just a cow just to chirp back at me or possibly come in, but nothing. I mean, it could have been a bear, I guess. Bear, coyote, who knows? There was something down there. We heard it. But anyway, but like I was trying to tell you guys about the sun. See, if I put the camera this way, there's like a glare on the camera. But if I move us this way with the sun at our back, it's much clearer. So when you're setting a trail cam up, if you want the sun at your back so that when the sun hits it, it's not setting it out. It can set like false triggers off, and we don't want that. So anyway, this is our trail we're going to use. We're going to set up. We got a nice trail. We know there's animal right down there. And last year when we were here, I don't know, there's a clear cut on the back side of this timber. We saw quite a few elk in it last year, so, and some deer. So the hope is we'll get a lot of animals on the camera. Mark them.
Well, last year where the elk was, look, right there.
Yeah, this is exactly where I wanted to be.
That's where you are, straight across from it.
Yep, this is where I wanted to be, because this is where we, right in, somewhere on this hill is where we heard the other bull.
Mm-hmm. He's probably down in there. We don't.
Alright guys, trail cam is all set up. We got it right here. Let's check it so when we come back to see how many pictures. So we put 5 images on it. We'll check when we come back. We'll probably let it soak for like 2-3 weeks, something like that. Maybe 4, I don't know. Probably less, because honestly, I'm gonna get excited and want to check it out. So it's probably gonna be like 2 or 3 weeks. We'll come back and check it, and we'll see what kind of pictures it gets. Hopefully it gets some. One other thing I would say when you're setting up a trail camera is make sure like if you're putting it on a tree that has like leaf, like a leafy tree or something, or just like bushes in front of it, you want to make sure there's no bushes or anything that could blow in front of the tree, because if it gets windy, it's going to blow and you're going to get false pictures. You'll have 1,000 pictures of a tree blowing in front of you in front of the trail cam, and that's no fun. It's no fun to come back to that. So make sure it's a pretty open, you know, like a tree like this is a good tree. You can just knock these, you know, you knock the branches down and whatnot and give yourself an opening, and just make sure there's nothing around it that's going to be able to blow in front of the camera. And yeah, so we'll see what happens. From here, we're gonna go glass some. We're gonna get up on some high hills and glass some clear cut, see if we can't find an animal. All right guys, so we're just glassing this hillside here. We got a clear cut down below us, and then like reap rod across, and just glassing, looking for animals. Haven't seen anything. I figured I'd just give you guys like my rundown of how I glass. Like when I start to glass, what I do. So when I first get to a clear cut, what I do is I take my 10s or whatever you have around your chest, which in my case are 10s, and I hand hold them first. And so I'm like looking for stuff like close. So anything that would be down and below me in this clear cut. This is a fairly big clearing. It's like 300 yards to the bottom. It's a pretty good distance. But I'm going to look and scan that first with the 10s, hand holding them. And then, you know, I might scour across over into this far hillside, just looking for anything that's like out in the open, just an obvious animal. That's just kind of like, hey, here I am. I'm looking for that first. And I'm always going like, I'm looking at like, I always start, if you look across, there's like, you got the tall trees and then into the reap rod, and then down here you got the clearing, and then the tall timber. I always start glassing like on the tree line. So I'm looking at the tree line. That's an edge piece for the animals, and they will stick to the edges. They like to stick towards the edges. So not to say you won't catch them in the middle. You definitely can and will at times. But a high percentage spot to look first would be like right on the edge of the tree lines. So I do that, hand hold them. And then after I've kind of scanned everything and I don't see nothing, I put them on the tripod. And then I kind of do the same thing again. I just glass over everything again, looking again, but I'm looking a little more thoroughly now with the 10s, and I'm picking things apart more. I'm not really just like quick scanning everything. I'm kind of doing almost like a grid, down and then over, up, over, down, over, up kind of a thing across everything. And then after I've done that with the 10s on the tripod, I put the bigger binoculars. These are 18s, and it works well if you have like a pair of 15s or whatever. 15s, or in my case I have 18s. Put those on and then do the same thing, do the same grid across the same stuff. And that's how I break down a clear cut basically, and how I break down a hillside. finding animals. But we didn't find anything here, so we're gonna move on. Find something somewhere else. Well, guys, there's a deer right there. Oh, probably got 500 ticks on me now. Well, driving down this road right here. See where Dad's truck is? There's that little side road right there. Got to that side, as soon as we pulled up next to it, there was a deer crossing the road right there. And it went right into the bushes, and I didn't have time to get the camera out and get it recording. And so Dad's like, well, try your call, see if it'll come out. So I start calling. Well, another deer on this side of the road, where the clear cut is, was right there. And it had come in to the call. So I'm like calling, and I try to get it on film. I think I maybe got a glimpse of it for a second here or there. I don't know. The sun was shining so bright on the video screen, I couldn't tell if I was on the deer or not every time I saw it. Anyway, we did see a deer. We saw 2 deer, actually. Let's keep going down the road. Find another one. Is that a spike? Oh, they're both spikes.
Yeah.
I thought they were does. They're both spikes. Yep, 2 bucks. Thought they were 2 does. That didn't take too long. We just pulled up to we just saw those 2 does back that way, and come up to this landing. I was gonna glass this hillside across from us, and I just look over the edge, and these those 2 bucks are right there, standing there, probably 150 yards, 150 yards. Cool. I've seen 7 deer now. One of them I didn't get on camera. Well, I think actually 2 of them I didn't get, and possibly 3. The first 2 are iffy if we got on camera. Then Dad saw one that I wasn't able to get to. Seeing a lot of deer today. A lot of deer out. This is, like I said, 7 deer. Let's find some more. Maybe an elk or a bear. Something like that. That'd be cool too. Alright guys, well, that's pretty much, I think, gonna be a wrap for the video. We fished a lake and then we fished a pond. Got some bluegill at the pond. Came up to the woods, set a trail camera. Found some deer. All in all, it was a really good day. Really good, fun day. Now we're gonna head home. But hope you guys liked the video. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video with a friend. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll do it again. Well, we're heading out, on our way out, and just down here in this clear cut. I don't know if you can see the doe.
I'm out of here. Makes me nervous.
She's moving. She's down there by that green bush. Oh, there she goes. See ya. She's out of here. We're just like heading out, and I just look down there, and I'm like, oh, that's a deer. Had to show you guys.